Hey YouTubers, Starfire here. So I'm gonna be doing Black Lightning. I know it's a day late. I was so tired yesterday and Raven is not feeling good, so that is why she's not here. So I watched the episode tonight and it is season 3, episode 15, The Book of War, chapter 2. I knew what that was without even having to look. Yay me. So anyway, a lot of things happened in this episode. Well, not a lot, but there were some pretty, big things that were mentioned, or that happened. So I feel like I should mention those. Khalil is back to being Painkiller, and inside the chip, Painkiller put Khalil inside of, or behind the door and locked it. So now Painkiller is out in full force again. And Gravedigger. So originally, Raven thought that he was Brandon's father. And it makes sense. And there is a possibility that he still could be. But Lynn discovered that his DNA matched with Jefferson's, so he's related to him. And Jefferson's like, yeah, I do remember a mention of a great uncle being, dying in World War II. And he's like, Gravedigger's my great uncle? And so it makes sense because Jen and Anissa and Jefferson all have those powers and are metas, and they're descended from the first meta. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, Gravedigger is related to them. And this completely changes everything for Jefferson because he was planning on stopping him, and now that he knows this information, he's gonna have to change tactics. And Jen was frustrated because Jefferson was pushing her back to the back again and not letting her be up front with him to try to stop him. And Gamby's like, I agree with her. And he's like, the only reason that you wouldn't do that is because you're afraid that you aren't going to be able to stop him. And so Jen decides to go out on her own and stop Gravedigger. And I'm like, girl, you can't fight him by yourself. He takes on everybody's powers. He's able to harness that. And he can literally be the ultimate weapon. And so she didn't want to listen, and she used her power and trying to fight him, and he's like, alright, guess that means we're gonna fight. So, of course, he's able to take on some of her power, so he uses it back at her, and she gets thrown, and she's all, electrocuted, and it's affecting the signal because of her energy and her, lightning powers. And so, yeah. Jefferson didn't get a chance to tell her about that. And you know what? I like Jen, and I agree that she should be able to be a part of it and help. But at the same time, that was a really dumb decision for her to make. Fighting him on her own. I mean, I know she probably doesn't realize how powerful he is, and I mean, now she does. But I don't know. I feel like, yeah, she's trying to prove a point. She's rebelling and trying to show that she can handle it. But there are going to be some people that she's going to come up against that she's not going to be able to take on by herself. And Gravedigger is one of them. So, yeah. And let's see. Brandon wants to find out all the information he can about his family from Dr. Jace. And he's like, if you don't tell me everything, then your family dies. So Ooh, yeah. Anissa and Grace are getting married! They're getting married! It was so great. But I think their wedding got interrupted by what happened with Jen. Because, you know, Jefferson got the call from Gamby and he, you know, had to go out and try to rescue her. So, hopefully we see the actual ceremony in the finale. And it looks like from the promo that Chief Henderson is coming back for the finale. So, like I said before, I didn't know, you know, if his last episode was the last one we saw him in, but it looks like he's going to be in the finale. So, yeah. I can't believe that this season is almost over again. It's crazy. Oh my gosh. Like, wow. So yeah, like, I feel like those were the big things. And I mean, Raven could be right about Gamby. He might die in the finale. Because the mentor needs to die. But, like, I don't know. It's getting really intense. And, like, I've liked this season, but at the same time, I'm going to be glad to be done with the whole Markovian thing. But whatever happens in the finale is going to, you know, impact what happens in the next season. And, you know, going forward. And hopefully next season we'll see some crossovers with the other superheroes, because that would be really awesome. But yeah, like, other than that, I don't really know what else to talk about. It was a good episode. Like, I enjoyed it. But it's hard for me to remember stuff when it's just me doing it. Plus, I, like, have a headache and, yeah, so. But anyway, I hope you guys liked the episode. And if you didn't, or even, you know, if you did or you didn't, just comment your thoughts and let us know. Yeah, so, like, I think DC is really a nice addition. I like him. And he's all saying, you know, to Erica, I haven't had my first kiss, and she just kisses him, and then he's like, and she's like, you're not getting another one. But, yeah, like, I'm happy that, you know, Grace is being accepted into the family, and, oh, I should also mention, she was able to freaking lift their table. Her powers are evolving. She's got some strength on her. So that was pretty awesome as well. Yeah. But, yeah. Thunder Grace is getting married. So great. But yeah, like, the finale, it's gonna change a lot of things, I think. It's gonna be really, really intense. And, like, Gravedigger could still be Brandon's father. Just because Jefferson, Anissa, and Jen are related to him doesn't mean that he still can be Brandon's father, because he could. But how crazy would that be? Like, oh my gosh. That means that, like, Jen and Brandon would be like cousins or something. Or, I don't know. They'd be related somehow. But yeah. So I'm looking forward to the finale. I think it's going to be really good, and yeah, I don't really know what else to say, but I hope you guys enjoyed it, and leave some comments with your thoughts, and yeah. So I guess until next time, family is what you make it.